Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Inside Panther Football, presented by Everett Buick GMC and the Saline County Boys and Girls Club. Coach Scott Neathery is along with us. We've got a big game this week against Little Rock Hall, coming off a big win last week to open up the conference season against Parkview. We'll talk about all of that and our competitive schedule coming up right after this for Everett Buick GMC.
The all-new 2015 GMC Yukon is perfect for a family on the go, with seating for up to 9 passengers. Yukon's bold new design and great new features like flat folding rear seats and the latest technology make any trip easy. Whether you're traveling across the country or just across town, you'll love the all-new 2015 Yukon from Everett. Come see us at your family-owned, customer-friendly dealer, Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at the Alcoa exit.
Back here on Inside Panther Football, we appreciate all of our fine sponsors like Everett Buick GMC and the Saline County Boys and Girls Club that bring you this feature each and every week. And Coach Scott Neathery, I know that we've got a lot going as we prepare for this week's game against Little Rock Hall. But first of all, let's talk about our conference opener with Parkview. What a nice way to start the season with a pretty impressive win.
Right, yeah, it was a big win for us. Anytime that you can win your first conference game, it's huge. You know, we went in there knowing that Parkview is getting better every year, and we knew that they had some good athletes, some good football players. And, boy, I'm going to tell you, we went there. It was a dogfight. It was a struggle, but we came out with a victory. Anytime you can go somewhere, especially a place like Fair, their field, and we can come out with a victory, we're happy about it.
The J.A. Fair minefield, as some of us like to call it.
Well, and it's bad. It's a bad field. We had a young man tear a ACL, and I know it's because it was the bad field. You know, no one hit him, anything like that. So you always hate going to places like that and playing, but for us to go in there and come out with a victory, we're happy about it.
Well, despite the conditions, like a field that you weren't used to playing on, despite the conditions of, maybe a little bit of weather coming in, and you guys really beat the odds. But I got to tell you, when we got into that first quarter, and I'm not going to lie to you, I came in thinking Fair's, or I say Fair Parkview is basketball school. I think this would be a gimme, and they showed us in the first and second quarter that they were there to play on Friday night.
Right, and I think a lot of people thought that, which we watch film. Coaches watch film, and we knew that they were going to be tough, and we knew they got some good football players, and they're going to be tough in the future. I think they only have 2 seniors. So a lot of those kids are coming back, and they're good football players, a good team, and Coach Hardman does a good job, and we knew we'd have to play good football to get out of there with a win, and fortunately, we did come out with a win. We didn't play great on offense for sure, made a lot of mistakes, but hopefully we can shore those up before we, get on to the next ball game.
We named our Players of the Week, brought to you by the Saline County Boys and Girls Club. Who were the contributors in your mind that really solidified that win on Friday?
Well, I'm going to tell you, defensively, Desort had a good game. I know that Brandon Black came up with a couple big tackles. I know that Garrett Taylor played a good game.
Yeah, he was like literally a Mack truck on some of the hits he made in a head-on collision.
Well, yeah, right. And those guys, man, they like it. And they like to hit, they like to tackle, and you got to have those guys on defense. On offense, Casey Green had a good night catching the football. And then Chase Shamlin had a good night running. You talk about a Mack truck, he's a Mack truck. Mm-hmm. And Drew Dyer there at the end, we just kept pumping it to him. That whole last drive that we scored on, we needed to run the ball there at the end to run the time down, and we wanted to get another score, and we were able to do that. So those 3 guys on offense really helped out.
Regarding Chase Shamlin, I think the comment was made between me and Dio Benucci, who was doing color, was that if anybody needed some dirt work done, that we had a bulldozer right there in number 45.
That's right. He's he's a hard runner, and I'm telling you, I wouldn't want to be a DB or anything like that getting his way, because he's going to run over you. You notice first time he usually runs over him, then the second time they start trying to cut his legs out from under him. So it's good to have someone like that, and a lot of times with a spread team, you don't see a spread team with a running back like that, but it sure has been nice that we've been able to finish out ball games with power run game. So that's in my eyes, I love it.
Big congratulations going out to Cason Mertens, who was named by the Little Rock Touchdown Club as the not the quarterback of the week, but just the player of the week in general across the state of Arkansas. And he got to go up there and receive an honor and have his picture taken with David Basil and get all that cool stuff done in Little Rock.
Right, and that was a good deal. And he was named for the Greenbrier week where he threw 400 and something yards. And it's a big honor to Cason, but I think he realizes that that's more of a team honor. If the guys don't catch the ball, if the linemen don't block, it doesn't matter. Quarterback a lot of time gets all the hype and gets all the media attention, but a lot of times it's everybody else that makes it happen, and really feel like it's team honor, and really feel good that Benton Panthers are starting to get a little recognition for whatever it is. I think our kids deserve it.
Well, and we'll flash the Facebook quote up on the screen here in a second, but Cason Mertens really gave all the glory to his teammates when he won that award. I was really kind of proud to see just how humbled he was and how willing he was to share that honor with the rest of the Benton Panthers, because he was really like, guys, we can't do it without you.
Right, and it's true, and that's, hopefully, hopefully he continues to feel that way. I think he will. He knows. If we don't have the blocking up front, guess what? We're not going to get many balls off. I mean, it's just not going to happen. If the guys don't make great catches sometimes, then it's not going to happen. And, the other thing about it is kicking game and what type of situation you're in. What does the defense do? Do they get the ball to you on your side of the field or the other side of the field? There's a lot of things that go into those awards that a lot of people may not see, but I see it. I know Cason sees it. He knows that he's nothing without the football team, and football is ultimate team sport. Everybody's got to do their job, and we kind of he benefited from that.
We will talk about the Hall High Warriors, this week's opponent for the Benton Panthers, when we come back. You're watching Inside Panther Football from Saline247.com.
Congo Fireplace and Patio, Central Arkansas's premier hearth and patio store, is your warming headquarters for the fall. From gas logs to wood stoves, even outdoor fire pits, Congo Fireplace and Patio has it in their 20,000 square foot showroom. They are proud to be one of Saline County's oldest family-owned and operated businesses since 1920 and are ready to take care of your family today. Come by and outfit your home for the fall at Congo Fireplace and Patio on the north side of Interstate 30 at Highway 5. Congo Fireplace and Patio. Visit them on the web at congofp.com.
Well, Scott, when you see orange on the other side of the stands, that either the Sheridan people have started going deer hunting before the game or after the game, or the Hall High Warriors are in town. And this week it just happens to be that the Hall High Warriors are in the Palace on the Parkway. And let's talk a little bit about that school. That's another Little Rock school that, has fallen on some hard times in the past where football is concerned, but could come out with some surprises.
Yeah, they're every time you play a team like this, you're worried about speed because they're going to have guys that can run. And that's the one thing we've been concerned with this week is making sure that their guys we don't let their guys get in space. We're going to have to keep them bottled up, Kind of feel like I said that last week, same thing. And you saw what happened when they get in space. They're gone. It's just hard for us to make tackles in space when playing someone who's got speed. So really been preaching to our kids about coming out, starting fast. Let's leave no doubt. Let's don't give them anything to get any momentum going. I feel like we're a much better team than what they are. So we just got to go out and prove that. Let's don't play down to anybody else's level. Let's take care of us. Again, if we lose, it's more of us losing than someone else beating us, and we really believe that.
Well, we're getting into, the fourth week of the season here. We've had a fifth week. Yeah, I had to almost count them up. Yeah. You're 4-0-1, pretty much going into this week. You've got a tie against Bryant, and everything else is undefeated. And I guess at that point, really kind of have to start keeping egos in check and make sure that your teams don't get overconfident going into any of these games on the 6A schedule.
Right. Yeah, that's true. We can't overlook anybody. And in saying that, we can't overlook anybody, but we always want to make sure that we keep our end goal in our vision. You know, our end goal, our guys, they want to win a championship. So we got to get better each week, and getting better each week, you got to take care of business. And last week we didn't have the best practices in the world. This week they've been a little bit better, but you know, you always kind of get that mid-season lull a lot of times, and feel like we're kind of in that a little bit right now. Hopefully we can get that better next week. But this week's practice was better than last week, and hopefully we'll just go out and execute.
Dr. Jared Dixon and Family Practice Associates are very involved in Benton Panther football, and they sponsor our injury update during the coaches show each week. And how are we looking health-wise?
Well, Bill looks like he may have a knee deal, ACL maybe. He's supposed to go get an MRI tomorrow, I believe.
Is that the minefield incident over in Little Rock?
That's exactly right, and that's the deal. That's why, boy, you hate playing on those fields that aren't taken care of. It's unsafe. And who else? Garrett Taylor has a broken finger, and he opted to wait and get surgery after the season's over with. Garrett's a tough kid. He's a football player, and we're gonna pad that thing up, and he's still gonna get after it. He played almost the whole game with a broken finger, and if you see the X-ray, I mean, it's broken. So he's a tough kid. He's a football guy. You know, I say it all the time. Got to be a man to play football, Grant, and you know that's part of it. And boy, I appreciate his willingness to do that, because he's a good football player for us.
Broken bones make me about as squeamish as anything that you could imagine, and I just can't imagine coming back, seeing that X-ray, and being able to have the fortitude to get back out there next week and do the same thing. And I'm sure we've got such a great training staff with the guys that we have, and such good doctors on the sidelines like Dr. Dixon that you know, if they weren't all right with it, he wouldn't be playing.
No, that's exactly right. Yeah, you know, it's a finger, so
it's just a finger,
right? So yeah, but you know, if he'd opted, if he wanted to get surgery, you know, we put zero pressure on him at all about that. You know, get it, figure out what you want to do, and if you feel good about it, doctors feel good about it, then shoot, we're gonna let him roll, and that's what he wants to do. He don't want to, you know, he's a team guy, and this is his last year to play football. You know, and he doesn't want it to end right now, and I can understand that 100%.
Well, man, I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised it's just been fingers with some of the collisions he's had out there on the field. I mean, God bless him. He has really done well and stepped up for our defense.
Oh, yeah, he's done a great job. We got several over there that's done a good job this year, but he's one of them that really grew up in the offseason, and I'm going to tell you, he has been much man this year, and, boy, really helps our defense go.
All right, we will have our keys to victory when we come back, brought to you by Brazel Financial Services, as you're watching Inside Panther Football with Scott Neathery on Saline247.com. The Saline County Boys and Girls Club, making a difference in the lives of our children one child at a time. From after-school programs to summer camps, homework help, and just plain fun. The Saline County Boys and Girls Club, an organization we can all be proud of. They leave our children inspired one child at a time. The Saline County Boys and Girls Club. Visit them on the web at www.scbgclub.com. The Saline County Boys and Girls Club. Tony Brazel and Brazel Financial Services are the sponsors of our Keys to Victory each and every week during Benton Panther football. And if you want a retirement plan that will work for you, let Tony show you his keys to victory in making your money go further. Tony Brazel and Brazel Financial Services, West South Street in Benton. And as we go to your keys to victory this week, 3 things that are imperative to beating Little Rock Hall.
Well, we need to start fast, Grant. We need to get out there. We need to start fast. Last couple of weeks, boy, we have started slow. We've started with, bad special teams, that type of stuff. We got to go out and we got to start fast, and we got to make something happen positive for us. That's a huge key. We got to make sure that we execute offensively, defensively, special teams, and we need to make some plays. So. I don't know if that's 3, that's 2, but that's the main thing we got to do. We got to make sure we bottle up their speed. Defensively, we got to make sure that we don't let them get in space, because they could make us look silly if we let them do that. I really feel like if we can come out fast and we can get on top of them, that we could go out and go ahead and finish out the game. But the longer that we let them stay in the ball game, the harder it's going to be. So that's the key.
You know, we look forward, and Rex Nelson and I do the scoreboard show on the Arkansas Radio Network after each game on Friday nights. So, you know, usually it's about week 5, week 6 that we start throwing in the added commentary that this playoff scenario could happen, or we've got teams that are starting to get eligible for the playoffs, and you guys are definitely on that track. And, you know, it's hard to believe that it's gone by this fast, that we're looking at that point in the season.
It always does. It seems like it just started, Grant. But it always does. We're at mid-season, and, you know, it just is what it is. And, you know, you try not to look ahead, but, you know, you kind of start seeing where you feel like you shake out there. And this season, I feel like every player on our team, I mean, our goal is to win a conference championship. That's what we want to do. We feel like we can beat anybody that we get on the field with, which is a lot different than what's happened in the past around here. So, you know, we got to take care of business each week. We got to get better each week, and that's really what I've been harping on the kids about.
I don't even have to look at the scenarios. I figure we'll have Russellville at some point first week of the playoffs, because we always do. Then we end up playing Jonesboro or El Dorado, and you know. But this time, I mean, we have a legitimate chance. And like, I don't want to jinx us or make us sound too confident, but you know, Panthers are legitimate contenders this year. You could look ahead, and I mean, this could be a very exciting run for the rest of the year, and I know that's got to excite you as a head coach. Sure,
yeah, it does. I mean, that's what you play for. You know, you play to win. That's what you want to do, and it really feels good. I think I said last week, it really feels good that we feel like that we're a program that can be competitive against anybody we play now. And so every night when we run out that run through, our expectation is to win. Our expectation is not to play well. It's not to, well, just be competitive. Our expectation is to win and to play to win. And, boy, that is a good feeling that we've kind of hit that milestone in our program, and hopefully we can keep that milestone from here on out. But, again, you know, we've got a lot of potential, and one thing I tell our kids, we got a lot of potential, but what does potential mean? It means you hadn't done anything yet. So I feel like at this point right now, we haven't done anything yet. Let's, you know, it's all talk until it's done. But, yeah, we've got the potential to do some big things, but let's take care of business each week, and then let's see where we shake out.
Inside Panther Football is brought to you by Everett Buick GMC, and one of the things I did want to mention before we get out of here is the fact that we've got a big event coming up this weekend to benefit Benton Panther Football. For some unknown reason, Dwight and Susie have trusted us with a fleet of their cars that we get to go test drive. I mean, they're going to let people like me and you jumping in Acadia and just cruise around town. So, but the thing about it is for each test drive that we take, there's an amount of money that's going to go to Benton Panther Football and the Benton Touchdown Club, and I know that we're very thankful for the Everetts and all they do for our community, but especially for this event coming up on Saturday.
Right, they're going to have some cars out here, and what we're going to do, you're going to come, it'll take 10 minutes, not going to be a high sales pitch, anything like that. You know, it's basically you're going to come, you're going to test drive a car. Test drive is less than a minute, and then you fill out a survey on what you thought about the car. So it's basically a survey. You're going to test drive it, survey, and then the football program gets $20 per drive. So everybody come out and help us out. You know, this year we've talked about things, hype around the football program, and we're talking about the hype video. We're talking about our website. We're talking about the different look. I bought the kids their gloves and things like that. None of that happens without fundraising. None of that happens without extra money to where you can buy your wants, you know. And so we want to continue to do that. I continue to want to treat the kids right. So please come out and support the football program, especially if you're a parent or an aunt or an uncle or grandparent, whatever. Come out, take 10 minutes, let's drive a car, fill out a survey and help out the Benton Panther football program.
I'm afraid we get you behind the wheel. It's going to look like that Tony Stewart YouTube video where he took the salesman on the ride, at 90 miles an hour through a neighborhood.
We might do it. I might do it. I'm not scared. I'll test drive it, that's for sure.
Well, thank you to Everett Buick GMC. They do so much for our community, and they're, of course, the title sponsor of all athletics that you see broadcast on Saline247.com. Scott, good luck this week, and we will talk to you next week here on Inside Panther Football.
Thank you.
All right, game time is 7 o'clock. We'll have the Thomas Insurance pregame show beginning at 6:45 on Saline247.com with myself, Jim Gardner, and Tony Stowers. Until then, thank you for watching, and we'll see you later.